Hello and welcome back to our latest episode of West Coast XE. I am your host, Ken Martinez. If you're watching this on YouTube, then please press the subscribe button. If you're listening on Apple Podcast or Spotify, if you could click on the follow button there and follow us, that would be awesome too. In this week's episode, we'll go over three things that happened the last few weeks here. The first one is the Steve Prefontaine meet at Hayward Field, the 50th Prefontaine Classic. And then we visited with two high schools in Southern California, Hart High School and Del Sol High School. And they'll be broken up into segments, and I'll introduce both those schools in segments later on in this episode. In the first part here, I'm going to go over an amazing Pre's Classic. They're always amazing. I went with my oldest daughter and my wife, and we were driving down, and we were just going over the different athletes that were going to be there, and it just was incredible. We're not just talking, I'm a cross-country side, and I kind of emphasize distance running, but we're talking about field events and hurdles and sprints. It was going to be incredible. It was an incredible day. I'm going to go over the distance events that were amazing. First of all, they started off with the men's 10,000, and we had two athletes run really well. Bariam Mahari of Ethiopia ran 26:43.82. That is for the world lead for this year. He beat fellow Ethiopian Baruhu Iragawi. He ran 26:43.84. So 26:43.82, 26:43.84. Very close race. And that's number 1 and 2 for the world lead. It's well under the 27-minute standard to go to Tokyo. The next event that happened before the main event took place, the Diamond League version of Prefontaine Classic, which starts at 1 o'clock on NBC. Right before that was the International Mile. It's the first of 2 mile races for the men. And this race tends to have like college athletes and new pros, and that's who really shine on that race. Ethan Strand, who ran earlier this summer, really, at NCAA championships in Eugene, ran for North Carolina. But for this race, it was the first time he ran as a professional. He's running for Nike. He's going to train in Flagstaff, and he got a personal best of 3:48.86. Another person we need to talk about is Gary Martin of Virginia, ran 3:49.73, and that is the fastest mile ever run by a collegiate athlete. We also want to mention 2 high school athletes. Owen Powell of Mercer Island ran 3:58.12, which was the fastest high school outdoor time. He had run 3:56, Owen did indoors back in February, but he ran, it's what a great achievement. He was a high school athlete that broke 4. Sam Ruthie of New Zealand, he's a 16-year-old high school athlete. He came all the way from New Zealand. He ran 4 flat in the International Mile. Then at 1 o'clock starts all the diamond races, Diamond League races, and 5,000 meters. Beatrice Chebet of Kenya set a world record in the 5,000 at 13:58.06. Now, when she came through at the 3,000 at 8:22.96, that set the record for the 3,000 for the stadium, Hayward Field. There's a lot of great athletes that run at Hayward Field. So en route to the 5,000, she set the 3,000 stadium record. So that was amazing. In the 3,000 meter steeplechase, we had Yavi Winfred of Burundi. She almost broke the world record too. The world record's 8:44. She ran 8:45.25, missed the world record by a second, and ran the fastest time of the year. American Gabby Jennings ran a personal best at 9:06.61. In the 800, women's 800, Asigu Duguma of Ethiopia ran it in 1:57.10. And the fastest American was Raven Rogers, who ran it in 1:58.49. Impressive time in the 800. And then we head over to the men's race, which is the Bowerman Mile. It used to be, this was the first year they haven't done it this way, but usually the Bowerman Mile would end the meet. But, the women, we had 2 world records in the women and almost a world record in the women in the 3,000 steeplechase. Women are having an amazing year, so they switched it. So it ended with the women's 100 and the women's 1,500 this year. So the Bowerman Mile, you had Yard Nagus, who I was trying to attempt to break the American record, which he holds at 3:43. He was, with a lap to go, he was way out in front. And with about, 50 meters to go, he was losing a step from the rest of the group, and he was caught by Niels Lauro of the Netherlands, who won it in 3:45.94, which is a national record for the Netherlands. And Yared ran a season best of 3:45.95, very close, 3:45.94 and 3:45.95. And then to end the meet was the 1,500. Now, Faith Kipyego last week attempted to break the mile in 4 minutes and had pacers, and it was done in Paris. And she ran 4:06 and didn't quite get there, but she ran a personal best, which is technically faster than her world record in the mile. It was a really great effort. This time, she's running the 1,500. Has a pacer at the first 2 laps, but then took over after that point. Had Jessica Hull, the former Oregon Duck, was right there on her heels for a little bit, but at the end it was Fifth Kipyego pulling away, and she made the turn. You're like, I think she can break the world record, and she did. She broke her own world record running 3:48.68 to get another world record. Incredible. 3:48. Can't wrap my mind around that. Nikki Hiltz was the first American who ran 3:55.96, not a personal best, but a season best for Nikki. Lots of athletes got pulled along for fast times with Faith's incredible race. And so that's what happened in Eugene, the distance races. It was an amazing day. I was glad to be there. I do have a photo gallery that is up. It has all the running events, sprinting, hurdles. I was not able to get in the infield for field events, but I have all the running events, including the middle school 1,500 at the beginning of the meet. They're all in there in our galleries on our website, westcoastxc.com, or you could find them on our Instagram account in our bio at westcoastxc. So check those out. It was great to be back at the Prefontaine Classic, and of course back at Hayward Field. And so that was a very exciting day at the Pre-Classic. Next, I'm going to introduce the first high school that we visited recently, and that's coming up in the next segment. During the summer, we take time to visit high schools throughout the West Coast. I was able to go to a school called William S. Hart High School in Newhall, California. For those that are not familiar with Newhall, California, it's in a place called the Santa Clarita Valley. It's if you were driving on I-5 south to Los Angeles and you're in the mountains after you get through Bakersfield. The first, part of LA is called the Santa Clarita Valley, and that's where Magic Mountain is. I went to William S. Hart High School to take pictures of their practice, and I could see the tower from Magic Mountain. I grew up not too far from Hart High School in Simi Valley, and so I've spent some time at Magic Mountain growing up. It was really fun going there, and so it's good to be back in the Santa Clarita Valley. And Hart High School competes in California's Division III. The boys and girls made it to the state meet last year. That's a great achievement. It's super hard to get out of the southern section. The boys finished third and made it to the podium in the Division III. And Darren James, the coach there, he's the boys coach. He answered the questions about the team. So please go to our website, westcoastxc.com, to read more about the team from Coach James' perspective. We went from the high school to a neighborhood that was like a hilly neighborhood, and the boys and girls did these loops that were hill repeats. They were pretty tough. Kids were getting a pretty good workout. It was a Saturday morning, and it was early in the morning to beat the heat. And kids got a really good workout, and then they ran back to the school for exercises. And then they have a tradition where they go to an assistant coach's house, which is nearby, for their Saturday morning pancake breakfast. So, all these schools have these great traditions in the summer, and that's one thing they look forward to. We also spent time and talked to 4 athletes from Hart High School: Sasha, Julia, and Nicholas and Jameson, and they talk about their team and what they do in the summer and what they look forward to in the fall. So you'll hear from Sasha, Julia, Nicholas, and Jameson coming up after I stop talking. Let's check out Hart High School. So I am here with Hart High School. They just finished hill repeats, and you are?
Sasha, Barry, Julia, Redwine,
Nicholas Zamora,
Jameson Wiley.
And the first question I have is, what is something you look forward to in the summer with Hart High School cross country?
morning workouts that are like really hard.
Like track workouts.
Going to Flagstaff and doing our altitude camp.
Yeah, I really look forward to going to Flagstaff with the guys and just waking up early and doubling up there sometimes and just enjoying the moment.
And then when cross country happens in the fall, what are some things that you look forward to?
Woodbridge Invitational.
And what do you like about Woodbridge?
It's a really fast course, and like I feel like you can get a really good time there.
I like Mount Sac.
Why is that?
I just think the hills are fun.
The hills, okay.
I like Woodbridge and State. They're both fast and fun.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to Cool Breeze and Woodbridge, unless the two first invites that we do this season.
Cool Breeze and what?
Woodbridge.
Woodbridge. Oh yeah, they're at September. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, go Hart. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
In this next segment, I was invited to Del Sol High School in Oxnard, California. That school is brand new. They just finished their second year. It opened in the fall of 2023. Every school district, does it a little differently in how they're going to start their schools. And Del Sol started 2 years ago as just a freshman school, just for freshmen. Last year was freshman, sophomore, and this is the year they have older kids, freshmen, sophomore, and juniors. They hope to be more competitive with older kids on the team, and they're really looking forward to next year when they are a 4-year high school and they go into the competitive Channel League, which includes schools in Oxnard, Ventura, and Santa Barbara. But they're really excited about this year, too, because they're going to be a little bit older, a little more competitive, and so they're pretty excited about this season, which you'll hear about because we talked to 2 of their athletes. I taught in the Oxnard School District for 3 years. When I was first teaching in 89 to 1992, I taught down the street at Channel Islands High School. That's part of their school district. And so it was great to be back in Oxnard again. In fact, Tom Voschel, the head coach there, the boys coach at Del Sol, used to teach and coach at Channel Islands High School also. And so that's got a little connection there. And so I went to their practice. It was a Monday morning practice. Some of my practices I've been going to have been really early in Southern California because they have to beat the heat. But in Oxnard, they're very close to the Pacific Ocean. It's kind of a beach community. Like I said, I taught there, coached there. It can get foggy there. So they practiced at 9, which was nice to go to a later practice. And what they were doing on that day was they were doing an out and back run. And so they ran through the neighborhoods, through a green space, then turned around and came back, did exercises before and after. And you can see those pictures in our gallery. I didn't mention in the Hart High School Part 2, we have also a gallery for them too. So check that out at westcoastxe.com. So you'll hear from Charlotte and Edwin as they talk about the Del Sol Jaguars. So let's check out their practice and hear from Charlotte and Edwin. So we are here with Del Sol High School in Oxnard, California. Go Jaguars.
Go Jaguars.
Yeah, and I'm with to-be juniors Charlotte and Edwin. And Charlotte, can you tell me some things that you look forward to with the team in the summer?
Some things I look forward to in the summer are going on like these trail runs at like different places, and also we're going to have like a pool party with the whole team. And next week we're gonna go to 7-Eleven, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, next week's July 11th, right? 7-Eleven day.
Yeah, they're gonna give out free slushies.
Free Slurpees. Okay, Edwin, what do you look forward to in the summer?
Man, I just look forward to having fun, just with the team, all having a good connection and, good relationship with the team, getting to know everyone else better, all the new kids and everything. Going on peaceful runs to clear the mind and to work on your conditioning.
I like it. Now we're going to be in September, Charlotte, September, October, and maybe even to November. What are some things that you look forward to during the season?
During the season cross country, usually we do some like fun things. Like last year we did Secret Santa, which was really fun. And so I'm hoping that we do more like team bonding activities like that.
Okay. Evan, what do you look forward to in the fall?
I just look forward to accomplishing good things with this team and, setting some records, making history with Del Sol, of course, and competing with other schools for the top. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much, guys. Go Jaguars.
Go Jaguars, thank you.
I want to thank Hart High School and Del Sol High School for inviting me to their practices. As I mentioned on last week's episode, I'm an old coach, so it's so great to go to practices again and watch the coach do their thing and the athletes do their thing and kind of the relaxed atmosphere, which is summertime. And so it was great to see both those schools. The gallery to both their practices are in our website, westcoastxe.com, and also in our bio at our Instagram account at westcoastxe. Also, the article, both coaches wrote the responses to me, and so you can read Coach James' response to Hart High School and Coach Voschel's response for Del Sol. I have more schools that we have visited, and so we'll have more coming up the next few weeks. Hang in there. If you're watching this, you're like, hey, he's been to my high school. How come it hasn't been put up yet? It's coming. Until next time, remember that West Coast is the best coast. See you next time.